What's going on, YouTube? I hope everyone is doing well. We're gonna get right into this. So, with cryptocurrency, it seems like the possibilities are endless, right? As far as what it brings to the world, what Bitcoin and blockchain is bringing to the world, crypto is revolutionary, game changing, incredibly disruptive, and it definitely challenges the status quo. It also, I think, in my opinion, and this is all my opinion, excuse the noise because, we have kids playing and you know how that goes. Um, People have to now become, I think, in my opinion, uh, proactive in how they want to think about where they stand financially, in life. You really have to become well aware of what your threshold is as far as, taking risks in life. Because you can wake up today and everything in your life can change drastically in a split second, you know, for better or for worse. So, understanding that and knowing that the financial paradigm that exists in the world, or the shift that's taking place right now as far as the economy and the global financial systems and how things are in upheaval. The US dollar consistently inflates and it's virtually worthless. The only thing that's keeping that together and people using it is the government and us having faith in this piece of paper. Um, where do you stand? Where do we stand? What is it that you want to do with your financial situation, your financial health? Okay. Um, Bitcoin is toppling. I mean, it's created situations where people have become free. And when I say that, I mean this. For example, if a person were to have acquired Bitcoin, for example, if they were to have acquired Bitcoin in the beginning, let's say the first year, and kept it today, they are sitting pretty. They are sitting pretty. At one point, Bitcoin was worth less than a penny. If they held on to their coin 10 years later, they would be up by thousands and thousands of percent, right? So, what does that mean? What does that mean? I think I think it means that there are opportunities that come that if we don't really see or understand what the opportunity is, it'll pass us by. It'll definitely pass you by. And not only will it pass you by, but you might end up having regrets and might literally hate yourself for not taking advantage when you had the chance. For if you look at this number right now, what is it? It's a five-figure number is telling you how much Bitcoin is worth in respect to the United States dollar. Fiat money, $10,992.40. What I mean, there's so many people who can't afford this right now. There are many who can, but there are those, I'm pretty sure, and I don't have the numbers, but I'm pretty sure there are millions of people, possibly even billions, across the globe who cannot afford to acquire this one Bitcoin today. Well, what do you do? Do you give up? Do you stop? Do you just say, oh, whatever, this is garbage? What is it that you're going to do with yourself to make some type of improvements to seize the moment? To seize the moment. How are you going to earn any type of revenue? Bitcoin, the reason why I talk about Bitcoin a lot is because it's fascinating. And I was just listening to a gentleman in a group, in a Telegram group, and he was really, really, he opened my eyes into understanding how when you're involved with anything dealing with some type of monetary gain, and it's true, you have to find a way to allow that to become a business where whatever vehicle you're using, whatever product, whatever service, and in this case, whatever type of crypto that you may be using, you have to formulate a business so that this thing can basically generate income legitimately for you consistently, where you're paying your taxes, everything is above board. Okay? We're not talking about any illegal nonsense here. We're talking about being above board and living off your earnings from your business, as you should, in my opinion. And it's true. It makes sense. Whether you're investing in real estate, whether you're investing in securities, whether you're investing in entertainment, whatever it is, bonds, whatever, stocks, cryptocurrency, it should generate something. It should help produce for your benefit so that you can be able to have some type of control in your financial health. This is just all my opinion, and I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just talking and sharing my thoughts. Okay? There's so many aspects and ways to make money with cryptocurrency. It's once you start to learn about what this thing is, you will be amazed. You will become amazed. And the light bulb will turn on and you'll say, wow. You mean to tell me I could find ways where I can generate the same amount of money that I possibly make while I work a 9 to 5 or whatever it is? I could do that with crypto with 90% less physical activity required? You mean to tell me that if you do certain steps, you take the right steps and the right strategy, you can create a living for yourself with cryptocurrency? That's what this is bringing to the world. There are maximalists who do believe in Bitcoin and hodling and always holding them and forever holding them and saving and strong hands and that principle. That's fine. I'm not knocking them. But there's also there's so many layers to this, but I'm going to talk about the other aspect where you have opportunities that you can use, because everything is risky in life. Everything is risky in life. In the United States, where I'm making this video from right now, in the United States, back in 2008, and this is what spawned the introduction of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to the world, is because the United States, the banking system, was at a huge economic crisis back in 2008, where they had to get bailed out or else they would not be able to function. They had to get bailed out by the US government. Bitcoin was introduced to the world to combat that reality that took place. It's something that is here. It's hard money. It's limited by way of 21 million coins will ever be produced. There's network effect, etc., etc. The information is out there for you to do the research, but it was produced to combat the nefarious nature of these central banking systems that have repeatedly failed the people over and over and over again. Right? So now you have crypto, who for all intents and purposes, it's just, again, it's disruptive. meaning like this is forcing change, a huge change, and people do not like change. People don't like change. People don't like to be rattled or be made uncomfortable, especially dealing with, it doesn't matter what state that they're in. If there's, there are people who don't understand Bitcoin today and won't understand it tomorrow, but this is something that's coming. This is something that people are using across the globe to even feed to feed their families. I've read somewhere where in a country like Venezuela, you have a mother, a lady who is mining Bitcoin from computer rigs that she was able to find so that she can put food on the table to feed her kids breakfast, because the value of her monies, the monies in that country are so inflated. I mean, it's to the point where if she receives money today, right, by the time she walks to the market to buy food, she won't be able to pay because she won't be able to pay to buy the food because the money already devalued that quickly due to hyperinflation. Okay, so she's mining Bitcoin to generate coins, to generate opportunity to feed her family. And this is something that she does not need permission to ask from anyone in the world. It's permissionless. How are you going to have this thing work for you? That's what's important. There are many ways people can do this. It's just, back in 2017, it was the people talk about 2017. Why? I think why one of the main reasons why is because of this crypto called BitConnect, right? Sure, Bitcoin was on a tear. Everything that anyone touched with crypto, 9 times out of 10, it was soaring. You made money. But BitConnect produced this thing called lending. It introduced lending to the world, where a person can take their Bitcoin, the same thing that you see on this screen right here, lend their Bitcoin to the BitConnect platform, receive tokens, and lock in a certain amount in loans so that they can generate up to 1% average a day on whatever amount of loans that they locked in. 1% average a day, passive, sitting down, doing absolutely nothing. You know what type of chaos and craziness that produced? And I'm saying chaos in a way where everything was so good. I'm saying people were earning so much money, they did not know what to do with it. It was insane. It was almost like, it was euphoric is an understatement. People were making videos showing the proof. This was not a fantasy. This was real. Nevertheless, it faced a lot of resistance. It faced harsh criticism. People called it a scam all over the place. People called it a Ponzi scheme, and it eventually shut down. But the thing about it is, it did not leave the people, though. There are people who remember. There are people who still here. There's still an active community in BitConnect, who is not about introducing the lending thing anymore, but it's about understanding what crypto can bring to the table. People talk about universal basic income. That's now, I've heard about it a couple years already, but now it's touching the surface a little bit more. When you're talking about in the United States, the possibility in the next 10, 15 years for the Social Security system to be wiped out. How are people going to earn? How are people going to receive money to pay for their bills, especially if you're disabled, especially if you're a senior citizen, you're up in age, pensions are going to get affected. So here you have crypto who can actually change that and bring those same types of services to the people permissionless. It's creating a fear. And I'm gonna tell you why it's creating a fear. It's creating a fear for the people because they can't believe, because this thing is just too good to be true. BitConnect was just too good to be true, and they created an addiction because people were seeing monies by the day. every day. We're talking from hundreds of dollars to thousands and thousands of dollars per day. So crypto is introducing something where it'll make people afraid. They won't want to, disturb or bother Big Brother. They don't want to have any problems. And the government also will be afraid because it's crypto is relinquishing, is forcing the government to realize, hey, your system sucks. It doesn't work. We're going to use this because you guys can't figure these things out. And in actuality, it's not about shirking the system, in my opinion. It's about joining the system because this is not going anywhere. The blockchain isn't going anywhere. These opportunities are not going anywhere. You've had the advent of so many scams because people have tried to make attempts and have made attempts to scam people from their monies, to hack, different blockchains, to hack different exchanges, to steal crypto. But this happens in the regular world anyway. How many times are you going to hear about, companies that folded or went bankrupt or all types of illegal, nefarious natures that happens from the blue collar world to the white collar world in every aspect of life. And it's not about just Bitcoin being used for nefarious activities, because the fiat dollar is always being used for nefarious activities and corruption. Let's be clear on that. Okay? We're talking about allowing an opportunity to introduce freedom to the world, an untold amount of freedom that people have not known in this, I guess, in this lifetime. you know I just what is it that you're going to do today to help you benefit and help your family and descendants benefit tomorrow? Some people, they're forced to work. Some people love to work. Some people are forced to work, to maintain their lives and feed their families and provide for their children, et cetera, et cetera. But then you also have situations where, you have people who also are very business minded and want to create opportunities and want to be able to have independence and want to be able to exercise a certain level of sovereignty so that they can live the best life that they can live without being too cliche. It's just what it is. And Bitcoin, and I think cryptocurrency can bring that. I think it could definitely bring that, but you have to know what you're doing. You have to also understand that there's risks. There's risks in everything. There's risk in everything. You have this thing called high yield investment platforms, right? The riskiest of the risky. I equate those to just gambling. You throw some money in there and the likelihood of you losing your money is very high, but the likelihood of you making money is also very high. You could win big and you could lose big, just as big. You have master nodes with cryptocurrency. You have opportunity to just be a hodl and receive airdrops, receive crypto dividends. Right, so you hold the cryptocurrency and then you receive airdrops. Airdrops become monetized and you can sell them on exchanges and exchange them for Bitcoin or whatever altcoin you decide. Yeah, I just got interrupted right there. This is what happens when, whatever. So I think finding ways to generate revenue using crypto, paying your taxes, doing things above board legally can only benefit. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. This thing is not going anywhere. And I've seen the changes. I've seen how this thing, it's unreal. It's unreal. It's unreal. It's so it's almost like the future is in our hands. It really is in our hands. And what we decide to do with it is up to us. What we decide to do with these opportunities that come and go is up to us. Okay? Yeah, a person could say, I wish I would have invested or I wish my parents would have invested in Berkshire Hathaway, one stock of Berkshire Hathaway back in the 70s, because today you would probably have kept it, and today you would have been sitting pretty. Or whatever, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google, etc. As far as the text, whatever stock, But there's other ways, not just about investing in that way. There's so many different strategies that a person can take. There's so many different strategies that you can exercise and execute to achieve your desired goal or outcome without being scammed. But at the same time, understand that there's risk for loss. That's why, so many, institutions, when they send you a prospectus, they tell you, the numbers are based on past results and they don't guarantee any future gains, right? But it's just something. If you don't take risks, you'll find yourself, I think, at a disadvantage. I think. But you got to know your tolerance. You have to know your threshold. You have to know what you can bear. Some people are very extreme. Some people are extremely conservative, and then you have those in between. So the degrees vary. But all I'm saying is, if you involve with cryptocurrency, I think it's important. Yes, hodling is good, but you also have to find a way to allow this thing to help improve your life one way or another, some way or another, some shape or form. All right, so that's all I wanted to say. Share my thoughts on this to my great viewers. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are, and you take care of yourselves. Be well.